Well, you're welcome back to Joy News Prime, and right now it's time for Joy News Interactive. But before we bring you interactive, well, one of the things that people are talking about on Twitter and on social media is Adom Praiz. So let's go to the Perez Dome right now. Denzel Prempe is performing. Let's listen in a bit, and then we'll come back.
That's it. Let's say, Minyobia. Yes, sir. Minyobia. Oh, yeah. Minyobia. Yes, you are the Lord Most High. Yes, you are. Hey, Jesus. Yes, you are the Lord. Yes, you are the Lord. Your name is Jehovah. Yes, you are.
All right, so you can tell that the spirit is moving through the Perez Dome. And fortunately, there are some people, I told you about the tickets that we're giving out. Well, we have two winners. Well, that's the last time I checked. Because a lot of the people who are actually calling were calling from Accra. If you're calling from outside Accra, you can't get here in good time to go. But we have Kofi Owusu Anani and Joseph Amo Asamoah. So two of the tickets are gone. I'm sure the third one is probably gone. They have to feed me back with that information. But going on to Twitter with the hashtag Adom Praiz 17, Kusi Mensah, he tweets, he says, okay, now I am in the building, Perez, hashtag Perez Dome, hashtag Adom Praiz 2017. Celestine Donko is done now. Now Denzel Prempe is on the stage. Yea, him. And so indeed, Denzel Prempe is on the stage. And then we also have this one coming from Santosh Singh. He says, nice performance by the multimedia choir. Well done, fam. And hashtag Adom Praiz 2017. And then we have, which one is this? Okay, so somebody's complaining about the internet at Adom Praiz. Okay, so we have this one too. Awesome night at the Perez Dome. Hashtag Adom Praiz 2017. Him. And those are some lovely photos of people just enjoying themselves at Adom Praiz. Denzel Prempe is still on, and the show is still going on. Show still going on at the Perez Dome. Adom Praiz, Yebe him.
Do I have some Nigerians in the house?
All right, so yes, now performance just gone by was the Unbreakable Joy's Blessing. Hashtag Adom Praiz, Yebe him.
I am from Adenta. Those from Adenta.
All right, so we'll be bringing you more of Adom Praiz 2017, so do stay tuned. But let's do some other issues now. And one of the main issues that we've been talking about today, in fact, that's been on the news, has to do with the floods. Now, this is happening lots of times, and now we're told that in Kumasi, about 3 people have been found dead. Here in Accra, lots of people have had their properties displaced. They are currently displaced at the moment and not too sure how they're going to pass the night. So the question we're asking you tonight is, what do you think can be done to permanently solve the issue of flooding in Ghana?
I think that the government should check flood-prone areas, you know, the choke gutters and all that. We should ensure proper sanitation, you know, because when the gutters are choked, that's when it rains and the water cannot find ways to go. That's when the areas flood, and then they bring about all these diseases, cholera and all that. So I think that areas that usually get flooded when it rains, those areas should be cleared.
The Bible lets us understand that cleanliness is next to godliness. So I think the basic thing about this whole thing is like we trying to find an environment which is going to be really clean. How can we do that? We have to make like general cleaning a part of our lifestyle. We have cleaning like agencies in Ghana. We are naturally like we have subscribed to, who are supposed to be like cleaning our country for us. Are they doing a good job? No. Are they earning huge contract from government? Yes.
People building in waterways, like when you know this place is like a waterway or something, the authorities like the AMA, they also give permit to people to build. They should check, make sure that this place is like a safe place to build before giving someone a permit to come and like construct a house or a road or something there. So I think personally, the first thing now is to check if this place is suitable for buildings. You place your building here. If it's for water, you allow water to flow.
When you look at layouts, you know, housing layout system is bad. I mean, experts tell you that when it floods, it needs to find its way, or when it rains curtain door, it needs to find its way through the culverts and the gutters in order to flow away. But we have some buildings which are unauthorized, especially in our slummy areas, you know, like Nima and others, and so they build on these waterways, and so it doesn't find its way out. So.
All right, so from the streets, we got onto Facebook to get to see what the comments that you've been sharing with us. Faisal Osman says, Accra is congested because everything in Ghana is in Accra, and that to me is the cause of the problems we are facing. To solve this annual ritual of flooding, let's try to decongest Accra by first decentralizing our ministry so that each of our 10 regions will at least have a ministry. Once this is done, it is my belief that the flooding and many other problems that most of our cities are facing will be solved. Anyway, this is my humble opinion. And Brako just says, from my point of view, I think we need to construct a big drainage or huge drains in the various towns and cities in Ghana for easy flow of water when the need arises. And also our roads must have enough space and huge gutters around them. Kojo Odro Dankwa says, only when we have time to discuss the issue during periods where the rains are not coming and find concrete paths for them should they be pouring, and implement them strictly, but not during periods when we are facing the consequences of the downpour that we will be seeking solutions. Even if we do, I'm sure we may not take a lasting one until we get serious about the lives of others and not ours first always. We will virtually always be the same. Adnan says, poor drainage system and poor community planning are the bane of our current recurring flooding in our cities. Take a stroll through any of the suburbs of Accra and you will notice that one, there are no gutters linking house to house. Houses are built on waterways. 3 gutters are choked. 4 solid waste are left unattended to ultimately end up in gutters and waterways. We need serious re-engineering of our major towns and cities. And then Nasser says humans, as load alone on the land is too much a burden, plus a filth we share. But if my memory serves me right, it seems I once heard the then ruling government, now opposition, say they were going to construct underground drainage gutters. Right, so the next issue we're looking at, when we're kids, we used to dream about being doctors, pilots, teachers, engineers, and all the noble professions. But growing up, some factors would have affected our professions or our career choices, be it financial issues or perhaps change of mind or a perception about the job. So I want you to tell me if you're living your dream.
Well, actually, growing up, I wanted to become a pilot. My mom used to tell me, you become a pilot, and I had that dream and aspiration. But somewhere along the line, I grew up after senior high school. I realized that it was a different ballgame altogether. I had to just switch to another field, which is journalism.
I'm actually living my dream. It has always been my dream to be the journalist that I want to be. In fact, growing up, I used to look into a graphic and act like I was reading news, just as I see on TV.
Not exactly, but considering the fact that, considering finances, circumstances, time, and the whole educational system, I'm not living my dream. So,
as a child, I wanted to be a journalist. I wanted to do something social work, something regarding knowing people, getting to meet people. But as it stands now, I'm a maritime professional. I work at sea, and yes, it wasn't what I wanted to do. But as I began to grow, I began to understand that life is not all about what you think it is, but what it actually is on the ground.
Right, so we go to Facebook and see if people are living their dreams there. Adnan Alassan says, I never dreamt of being a nurse, but I am one. My childhood dream was to become a teacher and a politician. I'm pretty sure my dream of becoming a politician is not waning anytime soon. And if you can bring back the comment, I value other equally important endeavors, especially academia. However, Emmanuel Kwabnedu says, how can you achieve your childhood dream in Ghana where everything is protocol and whom you knew? God have mercy on us. And TZ said, I wanted to get a job, buy a car, get married, and buy an airplane for my mom, all in my first year of working. Can you imagine? Anyway, now life is not about what you want to do, but what puts food on the table. And Koku Amenyaglo says, yes, I've always aspired to be an engineer in any field and to the glory of God. I'm a proud telecommunications engineer with specialty in optical and microwave transmissions. Evans Walker says, I wanted to be a common mechanic, into brackets fitter, when I was a child, but that dream changed and is leading me to the health sector rather. As a child, you say things you normally don't know much about. All right, so that'll be it for Journeys Interactive.